We were just asking God to give us a creative way to really reach our own kids in our youth group and in our city. And we had connected to a man named Kirby Patterson who has an enormous heart for orphans. And we felt like the Lord was leading us to really, to be honest, to reach our kids by helping them reach orphans.
So we came to that decision, and we got in touch with Kirby, said, Kirby, we're in. We want to do this. We want to build a home. And right then, the Lord spoke to Kirby and said, don't build one, build 4.
We invited Kirby to speak to our students. It was a night we'll never forget. Weeping, he repented to the room on behalf of his generation for the culture that has been passed down. Broken families, immorality, self-indulgence. It was such a powerful moment. Then when Kirby, as a spiritual father, he looked at the young people in the room and said, for such a day as this, you were born. Your destiny is to rescue the destiny of the orphan. So we tried it. We took 8 weeks to see how much money we could raise. And that first night, I'll never forget it, we took an offering during worship. They counted up during the service, and at the end of the service, they announced that in one night, we raised $15,000. Miraculously, by week 8, we were just a few thousand short of our $60,000 goal, and we had one more night to go. So again, during worship, we took an offering, and then at the end of the night, just a huge party erupted when we announced that we actually raised $67,000.
I started to just kind of run movies in my head of what Tag had been doing, and I had some of the ideas and thoughts of what would happen if this were to be a part of Desperation. And a man came to me. I was sitting on the front row, and he said, if you would call these kids to give, to be a part of Heartwork the way that Tag was, they would give.
I got a call from David Perkins a Saturday afternoon, right before the last evening session, and he had said, you think we could raise money? You think we could take an offering in the middle of worship? I said, well, we could try.
So John called Desperation to give.
The students rallied and gave miraculously. What happened just confirmed that God was doing something with teenagers.
It was pretty stunning because they gave enough, in fact $1,000 more than needed to build an orphan home. Then for the July conference, we decided to do it again, and this time we had a little bit of planning ahead of time. Tonight, obviously, we took up an offering to build an orphan home. We needed $15,000 to come on the offering in order to build the orphan home, and you gave $44,000. Come on!
You can't get more confirmation. It's confirmation after confirmation. It's young people rising up after young person rising up to meet this need.
Heartwork is about destiny rescuing destiny. By giving life, we find life. It's all throughout Scripture. If you want to find your life, you have to lose it. Being first is actually being last. Caring for the orphan, the weakest of the weak. By giving destiny, we find destiny.
There is deep embedded in kids a desire to give back. They don't want to be merely entertained. They don't want just a youth group or an event or a project.
The Lord has breathed an idea on our hearts. We're calling it Heartwork, the 1K campaign. We believe He's called us to rally 1,000 student groups to engage in 1,000 orphan projects in 1,000 days. We launched the campaign in June of 2010 at the Desperation Conference. The clock is ticking. And we're going to see God move. We believe we're easily going to see way more than 1,000 homes and projects built. What started off for us as just a prayer to God to help us reach the kids of our city ended up Him answering us, giving us a way to reach the world.